Good morning and welcome to the regular meeting of City Council on Tuesday, March 31st, 2026. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Coghill, Ms. Gross, Mr. Mosley,
Here.
Mrs. Salinetro,
Here.
Mrs. Strasburger,
Here.
Mrs. Warwick,
Here.
Mr. Wilson, Mr. Lavelle, President.
Here.
5 members present.
For those who are able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. During our moment of silence, please keep Councilwoman Warwick and her family in prayer as they deal with the passing of her mother. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our next order of business is to amend the agenda. Is there a motion to amend?
So move. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Our next order of business is going to be public comment. I would like to remind everyone I apologize. Our next order of business, actually, we have a will of council from Councilwoman Strasburger.
Do you want
Autonomous
it
vehicles.
in the entirety?
Yes, please.
Councilperson Strasburger presents, whereas autonomous or driverless vehicles are expanding rapidly in cities across the United States, with multiple companies now operating or testing commercial robo-taxi services in dense urban environments. And whereas Pittsburgh has served as a proving ground for autonomous vehicle technology since 2016, when Uber's advanced technology group began testing on city streets, followed by Argo AI, Aurora Innovation, Aptiv, and most recently Waymo, which began manual test drives in Pittsburgh in December 2025 and secured a PennDOT certificate of compliance in early 2026. And whereas Pittsburgh's transportation network includes steep hills, narrow neighborhood streets, over 440 bridges, aging infrastructure, heavy pedestrian and cyclist traffic, and challenging winter weather conditions that present unique considerations for the safe deployment of autonomous vehicles. And whereas, since 2021, autonomous vehicles operating nationally have been involved in reported crashes, roadway obstructions, and software-related incidents, and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened multiple investigations into autonomous vehicle safety. And whereas federal oversight alone has not fully addressed localized concerns related to safety, labor displacement, traffic operations, emergency response coordination, and municipal planning associated with autonomous vehicle deployment. And whereas thousands of workers in the Pittsburgh region depend on driving-based employment, including taxi, rideshare, and delivery services, and the city of Pittsburgh has among the highest rates of taxi and ride-hailing commuting of any major U.S. city, making the local workforce particularly sensitive to changes in this sector. And whereas Pittsburgh is also home to a significant autonomous vehicle research and development sector, with companies including Aurora Innovation and Waymo maintaining substantial local operations, and the industry has created an estimated 6,300 jobs in the western Pennsylvania region since 2015. And whereas Pennsylvania currently lacks a comprehensive statewide regulatory framework governing autonomous vehicle deployment, safety reporting requirements, data transparency, labor impact mitigation, and coordination with municipal governments, and the city of Pittsburgh was not consulted or notified before Waymo announced its expansion into the city in December 2025. And whereas state-level regulation would provide clarity, accountability, and consistency while ensuring that municipalities like Pittsburgh retain a meaningful role in protecting public safety, planning for infrastructure impacts, and supporting affected workers. And whereas a formal review process conducted by the Commonwealth would allow policymakers to evaluate real-world safety data, labor market effects, infrastructure readiness, and equity considerations before allowing the widespread commercial deployment of autonomous rideshare vehicles. And now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh hereby calls on the Pennsylvania General Assembly to investigate and establish a comprehensive regulatory framework and guidelines for driverless rideshare vehicles operating in Pittsburgh and throughout the Commonwealth, including provisions for safety reporting, data transparency, labor transition support, and municipal consultation, and infrastructure impact assessment.
May we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilwoman?
Yes, so I appreciate colleagues' support on this. This is, as you can hear, calling on greater transparency and safety protocols and labor protocols as we see a shift towards more autonomous vehicles operating in cities across the Commonwealth. And while we acknowledge that Act 130 of 2022, I believe, does create a regulatory framework of sorts, it's very state-focused. It cuts out municipalities from decision-making. And although there is mandatory safety reporting to PennDOT, it doesn't mandate that same reporting to cities. There are no labor protections or transition support. There's no infrastructure impact assessment. Certificate holders self-certify, and the preemption at the state level limits councils and the municipalities' action here. So, again, I appreciate council member support of this will of council.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The will of council has been approved. Now our next order of business is public comment. I would like to remind everyone that the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation which may be before City Council. Profanity will not be permitted. Our first registered speaker is Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller. Please state your name, provide your neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak.
Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller, Pittsburgh, United States of America, Central Lawrenceville neighborhood, where less than 7% of the people there are dark-skinned individuals of African descent. Kumasi, Ghana, Adum neighborhood, more than 70% are of African descent. Kumasi is in the Pittsburgh City Ally Network, which I founded, and the neighborhood Adum in the Pittsburgh City Neighborhood Network and World Neighborhood Network, which I founded in 2025. Ghana UN New York Mission email, info@ghanamissionun.org. Global Intelligence Society candidate for President 2028 ACE 1448AH. Council concerns include a decrease in so-called black-white race strife and a decrease in carbon emissions. One of my concerns in relationship to the primary website, which I use, is Global Information Intelligence Network.net, to decrease this strife and also to decrease carbon secretions and increase carbon sequestration. A race carbon link is this. There are no black-skinned, fully carbonized individuals in this city, in this country, or in the world. Black, ebony, white, ivory, yellow, gold, bronze, brown, red, copper are all cultural constructs, and anyone can internalize the ideations and images from those cultural constructs. Whether they're willing to do so or not is a matter of dispute. Jazz is an example of how people outside of people who are of Black African descent have achieved a very high level of sophistication in jazz. Using a logic structure, more than 70% of the kids at PPS Westinghouse have trouble with. One, all DS individuals are black. 2. Asian Sri Lanka President Anura Kumaradi is dark-skinned. Therefore, all of those and him, AKD, he is and they are black, right? I challenge you to consider this very seriously.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Joe Griffo.
Good morning, Pastor Joe Griffo, and I'm here to speak against the ordinance of non-cooperation with ICE. The Bible teaches that the one who states his case first seems right until another comes and examines him. As constituents, we may present our side, absolutely, but as legislators, you are duty-bound to consider all sides of the matter without prejudice or emotion. Your standard is the Constitution and settled law. At County Council, we were told of masked men plucking neighbors off the street, harassment, detentions, separations, and trauma, although technically most are here unlawfully, but nevertheless, and understandably, it is trying ordeal on families and on individuals. Those accounts have moved you to act, have had you up in arms, have filled you with righteous indignation and contempt, even for federal agents such as ICE. Now that's one side. But what's so frustrating and what's very telling is your complete lack of perspective and proportion regarding what's happening in the city, county, state, and nation when it comes to those here unlawfully who have and continue to commit heinous crimes, especially in so-called sanctuary cities. There's no moral equivalence here. Your worldview causes you to ignore significant difference in context, intent, and magnitude. On the one hand, you're up in arms, creating ordinances that ban cooperation as some are detained, arrested, and even deported. Understandable. Yet, on the other hand, there's a deafening silence, a refusal to acknowledge, and a failure to demonstrate even 1 ounce of compassion, sympathy, concern, or a promise of justice to those whose lives have been forever and tragically altered by those here unlawfully. Those whose daughters and sons are never coming home. Those who've endured trauma of the worst sort, even sexual assaults, kidnapping, and trafficking. They're not empty or hyperbolic claims that I'm making. It's not an appeal to emotion or to fear. I'm not being unneighborly, racist, or anti-immigrant, not at all. Simply the truth. As of July 2024, the House Committee on Homeland Security reported that among non-citizens, nearly 15,000 homicides convicted or charged. Over 20,000 sexual assaults convicted and charged, over 3,000 kidnappings convicted or charged. Now, your high calling and primary duty is to protect and serve the citizens of the city, and by extension, county, state, and nation, first and foremost. Citizens who, because of the actions you're about to take, by definition, become more vulnerable to the crimes mentioned above, not only those crimes, but others as well. So please consider all sides of the matter, because God does, and ultimately you will give an account to him. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Loretta Hoy. Latera, I apologize. Latera Hoy. Ms. Hoy is not with us. Our next speaker is B. Marshall.
Hello and good morning. So I'm William Marshall and I live on the north side. First of all, I think I better say that nobody's illegal on stolen land. So we're here to talk about the opportunities for small black businesses to be able to participate in this upcoming NFL draft, or lack of opportunities. So we applied with the city of Pittsburgh to get a permit to host our Pittsburgh Draft Bash, which has been stalled and not acted upon. It is crucial for black people in the city of Pittsburgh, small businesses and vendors, to be able to benefit from the money that's coming inside this city. And we hope that you guys will support our measures to make sure that we allow our black business vendors to participate in this draft. They say $215 million is coming into the city. Black vendors need to be able to share in that funding. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Margot Marshall.
Good morning, members of City Council. My name is Andrea Jones, owner of Zakat Fragrances, a proud small business here in Pittsburgh. I stand before you today not only as a business owner, but as a member of this community who votes, works, and invests in this city every single day. The people of Pittsburgh support this city year-round. We vote, we pay taxes, we support local events, and we help drive our neighborhoods forward. In return, we expect transparency, fairness, and equal access to economic opportunities that take place in our own city. When major events bring revenue and national attention to Pittsburgh, local small businesses should not be overlooked. We deserve a meaningful opportunities to participate and benefit from the growth we help sustain. We are paying attention. Our community wants to see leadership that listens, responds, and ensures fair inclusion for local vendors and Black-owned businesses. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Our next speaker is William Parker.
Hello, everyone. My name is Will Parker, candidate for United States Congress, District 12. It's official. I'm on the ballot. You can vote for me. But I'm here today, as always, I advocate and I fight for economic justice. I stand on business. So I'm here to support B. Marshall and his attempt to bring this vendor showcase downtown and allow people to see how beautiful our businesses are here in Pittsburgh. We can't miss this mark. I'm asking every council member here to put in a word to the mayor, put in a word to Dan Gilman, and let them know how important this is. The draft is going to come and it's going to go, but guess who's going to be here? Us, Pittsburghers, and we're going to remember that we were denied an opportunity to attend. Some people have been selected, but some people have been left out. And we're here for those who have been left out. Like the lady before me just said, we want to participate and we should be allowed to participate and gain from this economic opportunity that's coming to our city. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Reverend Welch.
Good morning, members of council. Reverend Dr. John Welch. I live in the East Hills section of the city of Pittsburgh. I'm here for two reasons. One, unexpected, but the expected reason why I'm here is to support the request for B. Marshall and for all of the Black businesses that are attempting to vend during the NFL draft. You may or may not have heard my comments yesterday, but I want to kind of state it in a much larger frame because this situation is a microcosm of a much larger problem we have in the city of Pittsburgh. And it deals with the fact that Black businesses, Black individuals have long been oppressed and economic opportunities suppressed. And so it goes way beyond just electing a Black mayor. It goes with, and it deals with looking at the extensive history of this city, all the way back to the 267 years of its founding, and how racism has been allowed to perpetuate throughout the culture, the ethos, and the spirit of this city. So I urge you to pay attention and look at the history, because perhaps there may be some whose genealogy ties to those slave owners that built this city. The second thing I want to say is in response to the gentleman who came up here and tried to use scripture and weaponize it to get us to think about or rethink the cooperation with ICE. It has nothing to do with people who are here illegally. It has a lot to do with the tactics of an unregulated law enforcement group. And so I would caution the gentleman who was here earlier to be careful of how he uses scripture. Secondly, let's be careful how we label people as illegal, because from what I'm seeing, it's the brown folks who are being accosted, while there are folks who are undocumented that are here in this country, they're from European origins. So let's be mindful of that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend. Our last registered speaker is Bethany Cameron.
Good morning, City Council. My name is Bethany Cameron. I live in Overbrook, and I'm here again representing informup.org, a local news nonprofit which reports weekly on public meetings, asks readers to weigh in on what matters to them, and delivers that feedback back to elected officials like you. Our community survey ran from March 26th through 30th. 100 readers answered our survey questions, and all 9 council districts were represented. We asked readers about the Police Leadership Academy revenue, the police dog amendment, and land bank priorities. Number 1, on Police Leadership Academy revenue model. We explained to readers that exploring becoming a revenue generating program by training officers from other jurisdictions was a possibility. We asked, which outcome matters to you? Readers were evenly split between 2 priorities. Ensuring Pittsburgh officers get priority access to training was 36%, and keeping costs low for Pittsburgh taxpayers also got 36%. 7% favored either expanding the program's reach regionally or did not show a strong preference. A resident from East Liberty said, "It would be important to me to make sure profit doesn't become the driving motivation for the training program. It is most important to ensure Pittsburgh officers are properly trained to create better outcomes for everyone they interact with." Number 2, police dog agreement relating to immigration enforcement. We told readers the city amended the police dog agreement to prevent visiting officers from participating in immigration enforcement while in Pittsburgh. We asked readers how they feel about the amendment. 78% of respondents somewhat or strongly supported the amendment, 13% somewhat or strongly opposed. Number 3, on land bank priorities, we asked readers, what would you most want the land bank to prioritize in your neighborhood? 41% of respondents prioritized getting properties sold and back into productive use quickly. 32% prioritized ensuring affordable housing outcomes, and 15% favored clearing dangerous or blighted structures. A resident from Squirrel Hill South said, "We need to stop tearing down the fabric of this city and start revitalizing it." And a resident from the Upper Hill said, "Start generating money by focusing on what can be sold now. Let stabilization be a second-tier priority. If staffing is an issue, you clearly can't do both." As usual, we will send a full report to your offices later today. Thank you for considering residents' views on these important issues.
Thank you. That exhausts our list of registered speakers. If there's anyone in chambers wishing to speak, please come forward at this time. Provide your name and neighborhood for the record.
Special Agent Sunshine, the missing child, Cerise Taylor. Homeless but not helpless, forced to be here because of identity theft fraud by LaBelle. Prayer, Lord, here I stand on the promises of God. Thank you for your faithfulness. The title of my message is Choose Truth. Stop amending the agenda, LaBelle, and do what you need to do today, because your tomorrows are now being counted. Psalm 119:30 says, "I have chosen the way of truth. I have set my heart on your laws." The wisdom for today comes from Mark 4:22, and it says, "For whatever is hidden is meant to be disclosed, and whatever is concealed is meant to be brought out into the open." Corrupt government officials, what you do in the dark comes to the light. How's that same-sex ritual you're having before the meeting, LaBelle? How's that working out for you? Nothing against the pride community, but if you're forcing this pride for same-sex relationships by bullying any kind, especially with children, paying them bribe money and promising them the moon and the stars, like positions like President LaBelle's, government positions of any kind, the 100 trillion bolts of lightning that I pray for will come and strike you down in Jesus' name. No matter how much pride you have, you will not continue to target anybody, especially children, by stealing what they inherited from their ancestors and forcing them to be homeless and to become slaves while you live off what does not belong to you. This is judicial misconduct. The song for today comes from Kirk Franklin, Revolution. Do you want one? With God, I don't think you do. Whoever is living off of my trust fund money, living in my estate, and has a legal guardianship / conservatorship over me, killed me twice on paper, by fraud, and got insurance money for my death twice, along with having me married by fraud, and I'm not married. I never said I do to anybody. That one, you're going into 100 trillion degrees of fire that I will not stop praying for until you're all exposed in Jesus' name. Now continue targeting me, bullying me, slandering me, lying on me, and the lightning will come faster. I promise you. It's not touching me. Warwick's mother passing was another backfire from that voodoo. You better stop in Jesus' name. Amen.
Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Anise Petit. I'm here on behalf of the black vendors. I am a vendor myself, personally, and on behalf of B. Marshall's consistency and his persistency on trying to obtain more than 75 black vendor spots. I want to read something real quick, and I've reached out to several politicians to no avail. That would be Summer Lee's office. They did call us back, but there was no real response given, trying to reach out to some black politicians to help us and assist us. I want to read this real quick. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise and live out true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Why do we continue to have to fight after slavery was 400 years we were in slavery and we're still fighting? Why do we have to continue to fight for spots, vendor spots, or anything that that black people or minorities need? How come we can't just be equal to? Why does it have to be a black-white thing? We all live here. We're from Pittsburgh. We are entitled to the monetary benefits as well as brick and mortar businesses also. I think that whoever is in charge of the NFL draft or the procedure need to rethink this thing. There's $250 million going to hit this city, and over 100 vendors have been turned down through B. Marshall. I personally had applied through the NFL source myself individually back in December and was turned down. Can't get any politician help. I also reached out to Governor Shapiro. His office said I had to deal with the local government. I'm okay with that. I did get an answer from that. But I think that whoever's in charge need to rethink this thing. We're from Pittsburgh. We live here. We deserve an opportunity to make money like brick and mortars. We cannot afford that. Also, if there's any young black violence in the city, give them something to look forward to. Like there's black businesses down here for the NFL draft. Maybe it'll give them something to have hope for. If it's all white, then that's what they always see. Give us a chance. Give B. Marshall a chance. Allow us the opportunity to get monetary, you know what I mean, money, compensation. Give us an opportunity.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please.
Hi, I'm Bernadette from Beachview. I wanted to first thank, they have a new staff member up there at the senior center. Delightful girl. She seems to fit in very nicely. The day that there was the macing downtown, I just happened to be there trying to get medicine. I had mentioned that last week. But this past weekend, I was down there again. Kudos to the officer who just kept circling Market Square. this group of teenagers. One of them has very long pink and white braids down to her kneecaps. They stand out. They were harassing the restaurants that are around Market Square. He went over, he told the kids he doesn't want you here. So they moved down further. There's an ice cream shop. I sat there and I watched these teens harass people going in and out the door just to get ice cream. When they came out, they were harassing them. I am a defender of Market Square, of downtown Pittsburgh. Usually you had Marty Griffiths crying and exploiting the homeless. This is bad. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if you can get pictures, send them to the schools, have the schools identify who they are, bring them in with their parents, find their parents every single day that their kids are out in the streets. I don't know what the answer is. But I don't know how this is going to mesh with the NFL people coming into the city. It's going to be bad. I've never seen teens this bad before. To this so-called pastor, I am grateful that this city is not cooperating with ICE. I will be the first to say that ICE is nothing more than a new name of the Nazis. I grew up in Mount Lebanon. I heard the stories from the Cuban family to the Schlitz family, who shared with me that their mothers had to be my best friend's mother had to be put in a wooden crate with her cousin and shipped out of Nazi Germany just to live. And I am very proud that this city is not cooperating with the Nazi ICE. I'm sorry, this right here, I'm illegal. We need to go back and look at the history books that they want to take out of the schools, because we are illegal, not them.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. My name is Luana Adams, and I work downtown. I'm also a member of 32BJ. I'm a cleaner downtown. I use rideshare apps to supplement my income, and I'm here today because, to me, it's crazy that we are even talking about allowing robots to do something as important as drive people around in Pittsburgh. I don't want to ride in one of those cars, and I've had ample opportunity to do so. I did a test drive on a Tesla when they were in Wexford, and she asked me if I wanted to let the car drive us. Absolutely not. Pittsburgh's roads are already present enough challenges for human drivers. We have the steep hills, the narrow winding streets, sudden weather changes, and unpredictable construction zones as part of the daily life. And we all probably know about the South Side slopes. Just driving there alone can be challenging. If experienced local drivers have trouble, how can we trust that autonomous vehicles programmed from afar will safely handle these unique risks? You need sense to drive here, not programming. In cities like San Francisco and Phoenix, studies have shown that the rollout of autonomous taxis lead to reduced earnings for rideshare drivers such as myself, which could push some of us out of those jobs altogether. In San Francisco, the Transport Authority has to fight to get data from robo-tax companies, relying on 911 calls and social media to piece together an understanding of their impact. And only data on collisions is recorded as safety data, meaning incidents like the blocking of emergency vehicles are not comprehensively recorded or analyzed. Legalizing autonomous rideshare drivers threatens to displace thousands of essential transportation workers, many of who are immigrants and people of color who rely on this work to support their families and community. While big tech companies like Waymo prioritize their own profits, the city must prioritize community safety and families' ability to earn a living. We have the power to ensure that out-of-state tech billionaires do not take over our city even more than they already have. I urge the Pittsburgh City Council to take concrete steps to protect our community. This means pausing the rollout of autonomous vehicles until thorough public hearings can be held to assess the real impact on safety and local jobs. I am also asking you to require strong protections for Pittsburgh rideshare drivers so that working families are not left behind. Thank you so much for passing the will of council.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning, Council of Delayed Responses. You're not children to me anymore. Children actually have hearts. Every time I come here, I notice one thing that's consistent. Y'all laugh, y'all shrug, and y'all make little sad comments after someone speaks. I didn't realize people coming to speak about real issues was y'all entertainment. If eyes rolls and chuckles fix problems, this city would be perfect by now. But they don't. They don't go away because they're delayed. I want to talk to you about something that's eating my soul, and y'all know what it is. The way y'all responded to that white woman that I brought. Nobody ever gave me a packet. I don't know who tapped me on my shoulder and said, call the office. Like, that was just really corny that y'all tried to act like y'all cared about me when y'all really cared about her. And come to find out, she lied about what she was going through, but I didn't. But y'all still ain't checking on what's going on with me. It's questions that can be easily answered. Y'all can easily call and get something fixed. Oh, wow, am I boring you? Like, I'm over this way. Why do we gotta face y'all and y'all don't even look at us? What is he doing, like, sleep? Anyway, this isn't just about policies. It's about where my children have to grow up. And their voice should matter. Delays don't just slow things down. They expose priorities. I'm done calling you children because honestly, that's an insult to children. Children care. Children grow. Children learn from their mistakes. And they have empathy. What you are is people who know better and choose not to do better unless a white woman comes up here. At this point, I'm not sure if this is really a council or a master class on how to avoid responsibility. You want to hear some jokes though, since y'all want to laugh at me? If ignoring problems was a job requirement, you all would be overqualified. At this point, I'm starting to think that the agenda is just to listen, laugh, and do nothing. Y'all don't miss a chance to laugh at the disrespect. Y'all don't miss a chance to laugh and disrespect us, but somehow you keep missing chances to lead. This isn't a comedy show. But if it was, the joke would be accountability. Because y'all do nothing. Nothing. Y'all didn't do nothing for me. I'm gonna do it for myself, but this is ridiculous. And you over there, you don't make no, we over here, sir.
Thank
the
you.
Hell?
Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is William Anderson. I live at 7035 Chaucer Street in Pittsburgh, 15208. I'm also the chair of the Allegheny County Democratic Black Caucus, and I'm chief of staff for the Democratic National Committee Black Caucus. I am here to address what other speakers prior to me have spoken about this NFL draft and the lack of opportunity for African Americans to profit and benefit from what is pledged to be $250 million coming into the city. As African Americans, we know as because of all the studies that were done in the past, that we are worse off in the city of Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh region than anywhere else in the country, right? We complain about our youth, misbehaving downtown in areas and things like this. And we all know that poverty is the greatest, cause of violence in, bad behaviors, right? A lot of their parents have to work 2 to 3 jobs to make ends meet and don't have the proper, security and things like that to be able to properly take care of their children. And if we were to give opportunities like this for their parents and people in their family to be able to make money from a $1 million industry that is coming into our city and bringing hundreds of thousands of people, that would send a message both to our community and to the children that we actually care about them and their parents. So I'm asking for a greater opportunity for African Americans to benefit from the NFL draft that is coming into our city, that we have spent millions of taxpayers' dollars to prepare for, that we have, advertised, and that we are highlighting to the world that, Pittsburgh is the most livable city. But we must make sure that Pittsburgh is not just only the most livable city for some, but is the most livable city for all, and that all residents of the city are able to benefit from things that come into this city, especially when taxpayers' dollars are used to bring and to seek out these type of events, right? As we are going to be a showcase for the world, it is not going to be a good look for the world to see that African Americans that are 24 to 25% population of the city of Pittsburgh are purposefully excluded from profiting from and benefiting and creating their own businesses and expanding those businesses through a $250 million, entity that is coming into the city. So I'm asking that, the council of the city of Pittsburgh, that, the county council and all of our elected officials do their due diligence and do as much as they can to make sure that African Americans are not just being employed by the NFL draft, right? As we know that most of the players that play in the NFL are African Americans, that we are able to be employers and be able to expand our networks and to be able to help build generational wealth as other, entities are being able to do. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Patrick Robinson. I'm a citizen in Pittsburgh, live on the Hill District. Also come down here this morning to address the situation about the kids meeting up downtown Pittsburgh this weekend, and actually for the rest of our lives. We have to stop this city, Pittsburgh. I actually was born in Compton, California, raised in Birmingham, Alabama. I was a part of a gang, which I would have never been a part of the Crips. I'm now an artist. I'm now an entrepreneur. I'm now filming. I want to bring something to these kids as filming. We can put a series together for at least 20 years to take up the time when they get out of school, when they, over the weekend, we have spring break coming. We also have the summer coming. We also have the winter coming. Therefore, the ski masses we got downtown. We got all across Pittsburgh, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. It starts at home with our kids. I have 10 kids, 6 daughters, 4 sons. I've been shot in the head, the wrist, twice in the back and the leg, 5 holes in them. I'm not Tupac. Where do it stop at? We have to stop right here. We have to start right here. We got funds with film. We got grants, big grants with filming. While we can't target the filming grants, let's give these kids an incentive from $300 to $5,000. We target the ones that have this criminal mindset of irrational. We take that, we give them something. They want something. We have to give them something. My whole thing is, my target, we have the community development up here on the Hill District. We got plenty counselings all across 4 sides of town, the west side, east side, south side, the east side. East side of town, we can reach out to each one of these individuals with public safety, give them some type of transportation, because they're taking over Port Authority. They're getting out of school, they're deep. I'm out on the transit. So that time frame, why can't we just come together, give them something, take up the time of downtown, not just downtown of the NFL draft. I'm small business. I would love to get funds to help these kids and to stop the extra shenanigans within the kids. Another thing is, with the NFL draft, I feel like all over Pittsburgh, within the city, we need to come together with some type of golf carts for the veterans, for the handicaps. I've been reaching out to golf courses to get these carts. I'm on the Hill District. There's plenty areas up there. We have plenty churches coming together because RV vans are coming in. They want to really give these people convenient room to actually sleep in the city. With that being said, you can find me at Trust, TRUST, LOCC 60 Gmail. I'm willing to help the kids out. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. My name's Chad Ringbloom from the South Hills. Jonah 3:4-6 says, Jonah began to go into the city, going a day's journey, and he called out, "Yet 40 days and Nineveh will be overthrown." And the people of Nineveh believed God. They called for a fast and put on sackcloth, from the greatest of them to the least of them. I confess to you, whenever God calls me to bring his word to bear upon the issues that you guys try to tackle, I'm very tempted to go in the opposite direction as Jonah did. When I look at this on the surface, it's depressing. It's a depressing thought that I come and speak truth and you'll harden your hearts, as you did with your ordinances making Pittsburgh a sanctuary for child sacrifice and what you call gender-affirming care. Now you seek to make Pittsburgh a sanctuary for the illegal immigrant. There are obvious problems with what DHS is doing in their approach to deporting illegals. One practice I find particularly damning is showing up to the immigration court to arrest people who are trying to go about it the honest way. That's reprehensible. And I'm willing to admit it. It's reprehensible. We're not here, believe it or not, we're not here because we're partial to ICE or partial to Donald Trump. We're here because we advocate for true justice. And if you actually stood against those practices, the true church would stand with you. But the truth is, you really don't. In practice, you show that you love that they're doing this stuff because it affords you the ability to capitalize on a crisis and foment chaos. How do I know? Your answer to a lawless practice is more lawlessness. We're quick to hear stories of families being torn apart, but I hear crickets from you every time an illegal murders or rapes a citizen. You clam up when a family's torn apart after you find out that daddy wasn't simply undocumented, he also had a weapons charge. Rather than work to change the law, you encourage stonewalling, which is equally as unproductive, and showing up in immigration courts to round up immigrants. Breakdowns in communication between law enforcement agencies have led to countless mass shooters legally obtaining firearms that they wouldn't have had those agencies simply communicated. A breakdown in communication between members of CBP on site is what led to Alex Preddy's death. Had the officer communicated that he had disarmed Preddy, Preddy would still be here. And yet, you want less communication, less cooperation. Now, I'm not Jonah, and you certainly aren't the people of Nineveh. But just as they were, you're lost and in sin. And just like them, God sent his people here today to call you to repentance. The same God who sent Jonah sent his son into the world to take on the sins of his people and lay down his life.
Thank you.
It's the same
Next
God
speaker, please.
that we remember this week.
My name is Yvonne F. Brown. I live at 715 Mercer Street. That's the high rise up on Bedford, the big tall high rise with 190 apartments in it. I wanted to say, and I usually don't start off, but I wanted to say that Will just left here. Now he's running for a state representative. And I'm saying to the citizens and to you that we should support him. I know him and Stevens are that tight. I don't care for Stevens because of the way that you have let him, a citizen that can make rules and can get money from Jens to have his hearing. Do you understand? I know that one time somebody gave him $500 and another one gave him $100. So that's, excuse me, $600 to have his meeting here. But he doesn't pay for these lights and gas and, all this in here. What is the $600 for? The reason why I'm against it is because he runs the meeting, but he picks what questions can be asked. And that should not be. If you're getting money from my neighborhood, I should be able to ask whatever question I want. If not, if I have a question, everybody in the room should say whether they want to hear the question or not just him. He's a citizen just like me. You understand that? There's no way. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can't believe that he can get $600 and I can't ask the question I want to unless I write it down for him to okay it. Come on, think about that. He's a regular citizen like me. How come I can't have a hearing? Or just give me $600 and let me have a hearing. And I would take and make signs. I would have all type of stuff to show you that I'm using your money for this meeting. But anytime that Tim is the only one can make the decision on what questions are asked, come on, that got to be changed. Now, I know he's no longer president. There's a female coming, and when I talk to her, I'll tell her the same thing. But I find out, oh yeah, he gets money for, he gets a salary. He gets a salary for his organization. I'm gonna try to start one. Can I get a salary too? Can I get a salary too? I'm sort of joking now, but I believe I'm gone.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, I'm Rick Smith from North Oakland District 8. Comment on the will that was just passed. Grateful for the breadth, depth, and scope of that. It was pretty comprehensive. And I would like to offer for your consideration in any future wills having to do with the upcoming automation that we're likely to experience is to include an accounting for the impact of money that used to flow through our local economy and is now flowing through economies not here. So thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is William Satterwhite, and good morning to council. I'm from Lincoln, Livingston section of town over East Liberty. I just would like for my community of Lincoln, Livingston to be safety. There's a safety issue just in the city steps, just like 6 sections of city steps, and they're missing steps. So I'm just saying safety first, okay? That's just something simple. You know, I know you guys got a lot to take care of, and, you know, so little things, y'all should just take care of them. Especially, you know, something like that. The city steps, missing steps, that's a little much. But other than that, my name is William Sal. Like I said, I graduated from CCAC. I played basketball for 2 years with Coach Shea. After that, I went to the service for 8 years. I produced commercials. I worked on Wall Street, and I was an individual painter. I have my own company. Till 55, I'm 61 now, I'll be 62 next month. And so I'm just trying to just make sure that my community is safety first. I can't say it's a shame because I can't put nothing on you guys' shoulders, you know. So like I said, I know you got a lot of things to take care of, and I'm just taking a little, pointing out a couple things that go on in my community about the safety. Okay? You have a nice day, and God bless y'all.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. Seeing no further speakers, we'll turn to the presentation of papers, beginning with Councilman Charlin, Chair of Human Resources.
No new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilman Coghill, Chair of Public Safety and Wellness.
No new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilwoman Gross, Chair of Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology.
No new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilman Mosley, Chair of Intergovernmental Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill Number 297, Resolution amending Resolution 857 of 2023, effective December 27, 2023, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2024 Capital Budget, the proposed 2024 Community Development Program, and the 2024 through 2029 Capital Improvement Program by transferring $134,831.25 from Neighborhood Initiatives Fund to Slope Failure Remediation. Bill 298, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement or agreements with the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh in order for the City of Pittsburgh to have access to parcel 50C350 behind former Fort Pitt Elementary School in relation to a redevelopment project known as the Fort Pitt Park Master Plan at no cost to the city. Bill 307, Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and into the publicly owned properties in the 12th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 173A, Lot 206, which is 1365 Paulson Avenue, Council District 9. Block 173A, Lot 207, 1367 Paulson Avenue, District 9. Block 173E, Lot 287, 7117 Leamington Avenue, District 9. Block 173L, Lot 17, 7305 Leamington Avenue, District 9. Block 173F, Lot 246, 1556 through 1558 Broadhead Street, Council District 9. And Block 173A, Lot 32, which is 7112 Wiltsey Street, Council District 9, at no cost to the city. And Bill 308, Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in into the publicly owned properties in the 12th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 125H, Lot 142, 0 North Mertland Street, District 9, Lot 144, Fielding Way, 0 Fielding Way, District 9, Lot 163, 0 Fielding Way, District 9, Lot 164, 0 Fielding Way, District 9, Lot 166, 7001 Idlewild Street, District 9, Lot 167, 0 Idlewild Street, District 9, Lot 168, 0 Idlewild Street, District 9, Lot 168A, 0 Fielding Way, District 9, Lot 169, 0 Idlewild Street, District 9, Lot 170 Fielding Way, District 9, Block 125D, Lot 69, 0 Monticello Street, District 9, Lot 71, 0 Monticello Street, District 9, Lot 71, 1, 0 Monticello Street, District 9, Lot 71, 2, 0 Monticello Street, District 9, and Lot 71, 3, 0 Monticello Street, District 9, at no cost to the city.
And Councilwoman Salanetro, Chair of Public Works and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Council President.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Salanetro presents Bill Number 299, Resolution amending Resolution 657 of 2025, authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement or agreements with Tree Pittsburgh for a restoration project known as Rising Main 3, consisting of a deforested corridor in Highland Park, at a city cost not to exceed $275,257.04 over a period of 5 years by revising the payment schedule over a period of 4 years. Bill 300, Resolution providing for the issuance of a warrant in favor of A. Folino Construction, Inc., in the amount of $481,320 for the purpose of emergency snow removal at various locations, and providing for the payment of the cost thereof over 1 year. Bill 301, Resolution providing for an agreement or agreements with TRC Engineers, Inc., for costs associated with construction, inspection, and contract administration for the Pittsburgh City Steps project, providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $1,448,949.42, reimbursable at 80%. and Bill 302, resolution providing for a supplemental agreement or agreements with MS Consultants, Inc. for costs associated with the preliminary engineering and final design phases of the California Avenue Bridge project, providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $2,205,692.96, an increase of $1,360,896.95 from the previously authorized agreement, reimbursable at 100%.
And Councilwoman Strasburger, Chair of Finance and Law.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilperson Strasburger presents Bill 303, resolution amending Resolution 741 of 2025, which authorized the mayor and the city solicitor to enter into a professional services agreement with Block & Associates for legal services in connection with the current city construction project and other legal services by increasing the contract amount by $60,000 for a new not-to-exceed amount of $120,000 over 2 years. Bill 304, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Comer Miller LLC for expert legal services in connection with litigation matter in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania for an amount not to exceed $17,844.16 over 1 year. Bill 305, resolution authorizing the execution of quitclaim deeds conveying all of the city's right, title, and interest in and to the city-owned property located at 708 North Pacific Avenue, 10th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, and designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block and Lot 50G345 to Mary Sauer, relating to the full and final settlement of a case filed in the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas. And Bill 306, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Karen Williams in an amount not to exceed $7,496.63 over 1 year in full and final settlement of a claim for damage to her parked vehicle on Beacon Street near Whiteman Street from a city ES vehicle on April 1, 2025.
And Councilman Wilson, Chair of Land Use and Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilman Wilson presents Bill 310, resolution approving the recommendation made by the Director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure that the concrete portion of 7th Street from Fort Duquesne Boulevard to Liberty Avenue be paved with asphalt in accordance with Section 41706 of the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances. Bill 311, resolution approving the recommendation made by the Director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure that the concrete portion of 9th Street from Fort Duquesne Boulevard to Penn Avenue heading north towards the north side be paved with asphalt in accordance with Section 41706 of the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances. And Bill 312, ordinance amending and supplementing the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances, Title 5, Traffic, Article 7, Parking, Chapter 543, Parking Meters, and Chapter 549, Residential Parking Permit Program, to implement temporary enforcement and penalty provisions for specified areas during the NFL Draft.
Councilman Wilson.
Motion to waive Rule 8 on Bill 312 so that it appears on tomorrow's Standing Committee agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Bill 312 will be on tomorrow's Standing Committee agenda. And for myself,
Council President Lavelle presents Bill 309, communication from Rhea Price, Acting Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting to City Council the attached status update from the Grants Office for the week ended March 27, 2026.
motion to read, receive, and file.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Bills have been read, received, and filed. That takes us to unfinished business. We have 3 appointments.
Bill 230, resolution appointing John McClory as the Director of the Department of Public Works. Bill 231, resolution appointing Jeff Scallican as the Director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure. And Bill 233, resolution appointing Helen Sestra as a member of the Historic Review Commission for a term to expire January 1st, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The 3 appointments have been approved. Our next order of business is reports of committee for final action, beginning with Councilman Anthony Coghill, presenting the Committee of Public Safety and Wellness.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill 292, reported to Committee on Public Safety and Wellness for March 25, 2026, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 252, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of public safety to enter on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh into an agreement or agreements with North Star Leadership, LLC, for police supervisor development and training, total cost not to exceed $20,000 over 1 year. Bill 253, resolution authorizing the Citizens Police Review Board to enter into an agreement or contract with attorney Alec B. Wright of O'Brien, Coleman, and Wright, LLC, for professional services to assist in the legal representation of the Citizens Police Review Board for a period of 3 years. Said agreement or contract shall not exceed $45,000 per year for 2026, 2027, and 2028, subject to the annual allocation by City Council.
You've heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Salanetro.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger. Aye. Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required number of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to Councilwoman Kim Salanetro presenting the Committee of Public Works and Infrastructure.
Councilwoman Salanetro presents Bill number 293, reported to Committee on Public Works and Infrastructure for March 25, 2026, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 258, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into a supplemental agreement or agreements with CDR McGuire, Inc. for project design management services and reviews in connection with various City of Pittsburgh projects to add funding for the preliminary engineering phase, increasing the total amount not to exceed $3,900,463.19, an increase of $121,861.99, reimbursable at various rates. Bill 259, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into a supplemental agreement or agreements with Trans Associates Engineering Consultants, Inc. for services during construction for the Penn Avenue Phase 2 reconstruction project at a cost thereof not to exceed $1,743,305.56, an increase of $178,939.11 from the previously executed agreement, reimbursable at 80%. Bill 260, resolution authorizing the taking, appropriating, and condemning by the City of Pittsburgh of certain easements necessary for the completion of repair and support of Andover Terrace in the 5th Ward for public transportation purposes through eminent domain, and further authorizing the payment of just compensation and necessary and incidental acquisition costs related thereto at an amount not to exceed $35,000. Bill 261, ordinance amending Ordinance 223 of 1911 in order to grant the city's Department of Mobility and Infrastructure limited authority to permit installation of overhead wires or poles on certain portions of Kinsman Road on Worth Street, located in the 14th Ward of the city of Pittsburgh. And Bill 262, resolution providing for the issuance of a warrant in favor of Melee Landscape Contractors, Inc., in the amount of $109,847.58 for the purpose of emergency snow removal at various locations, and providing for the payment of the cost thereof over 1 year.
You have heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Salanetro.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger. Aye. Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
I have to abstain on Bill 260, aye on all other bills.
9 ayes on bills 258, 259, 261, and 262, and 8 ayes, 1 abstention on bill 260.
The bill, having received the legally required number of votes, is passed finally. That moves us to Councilman Robert Charlin, presenting the Committee of Human Resources.
Councilperson Charlin presents Bill Number 294, reported to Committee on Human Resources for March 25, 2026, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 250, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Office of Municipal Investigations to enter into a software maintenance agreement or agreements with Versaterm to extend the current agreement for OMI's Electronic Case Management System, IA Pro, for a period of 3 years in an amount not to exceed $23,413.48. Bill 251, resolution providing for a professional service agreement or agreements with Fair Housing Partnership of Greater Pittsburgh to provide fair housing testing, housing analysis, and technical assistance to the Commission on Human Relations at a cost not to exceed $30,000 over 1 year.
You've heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Salanetro.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required number of votes, is passed finally. That moves us to Councilwoman Barbara Ward, presenting the Committee of Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Warwick presents Bill Number 295, reported to Committee on Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services for March 25, 2026, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 268, resolution providing for the designation and transfer of certain public properties within the Upper Lawrenceville neighborhood to become permanent public passive open space included in the Allegheny River Greenway as part of the Greenways for Pittsburgh program.
You've heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Salanetro.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required number of votes, is passed finally. And finally, Councilman Carrie Mosley, presenting the Committee on Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill Number 296, reported to Committee on Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs for March 25, 2026, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 254, resolution amending Resolution 930 of 2024, which authorized the mayor and the director of the Office of Management and Budget to enter into an agreement or agreements with the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh for the administration of the 2025 PAYGO funded projects and programs by adding the land bank personnel deliverable and increasing the total not to exceed amount by $157,175 to $1,257,175. Bill 255, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for 120 Cecil Place at no cost to the city. Bill 256, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for 403, 407, and 413 Chalfont Street at no cost to the city. Bill 257, resolution approving execution of a contract for disposition by sale of land between the URA of Pittsburgh and Margaret Elizabeth Graham for the sale of Block 50F, Lot 144 in the 10th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, Rosetta Street, District 9, at no cost to the city. Bill 274, resolution amending Resolution 352 of 2025, which authorized a professional service agreement and/or contract with Buchanan, Ingersoll, and Rooney, P.C., for consulting services for federal government affairs and legislative services by extending the term through the second quarter of 2026 and increasing the approved amount by $15,500 for a new total cost not to exceed $589,000 over 10 years. Bill 275, Resolution amending Resolution 353 of 2025, which authorized a professional services agreement and/or contract with Milady and Wooten, Inc. for consulting services for state government affairs and legislative services by extending the term through the second quarter of 2026 and increasing the approved amount by $16,500 for a new total cost not to exceed $627,000 over 10 years and 3 months. Bill 290, resolution authorizing the Director of the Department of Public Safety to enter into an intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the City of Pittsburgh and various government agencies and municipalities for the purpose of cooperative police and public services during the 2026 National Football League Draft.
You have heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion on the bill? Councilwoman Strasburger.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion to amend Bill 290 with a copy in front of members.
Second.
Any discussion?
This reflects the conversation at the table last week. A full explanation of the amendments made was, along with the amendment, but language was sent to council members yesterday afternoon.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Bill 290 has been amended. Any further discussion on the bills? If not, the bills are now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley. Mrs.
Aye.
Mrs. Salinetro.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick. Aye. Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legal required number of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to motions and resolutions, or is there anything from members? If not, that takes us to meeting announcements. This afternoon at 1 o'clock, council will hold an executive session on bills 304, 305, and 306. Also, this afternoon at 1:30, council will hold a special standing committees meeting for finance and law as it pertains to the reopening of the budget. Speaker registration will close at 11:30. Tomorrow, Wednesday, April 1st at 9:30, council will hold a pre-agenda interview for the Public Parking Authority of Pittsburgh with council standing committee meeting to follow at 10 a.m. Speaker registration for the standing committee meeting will close at 9 a.m. Also tomorrow afternoon, with sessions at 1:30 and 2:30, council will hold a briefing relative to the Pittsburgh Water Customer Assistance Program. To register to speak at any of these meetings, please fill out the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage or call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Also to note that this Friday, April 3rd, city clerk and city council offices will be closed in observance of Good Friday. With that, we need a motion to approve the minutes and adjourn the meeting.
So move.
Need a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.